It's my great honor to join all of you here today and the presidents from the city of Miami, Freddie Delgado and Alex Cardenas, and the executive staff that's here with them. Great presidents that are doing great things with us in the city of Miami. I want you to know that in Miami, our firefighters and paramedics are a core part of our team as a city. Our firefighters and paramedics have been instrumental in our 51-year low in homicides and overall reduction in crime. It's not every day I can say that I am surrounded by some of the bravest men and women in our country. As firefighters, you represent the pinnacle of sacrifice and heroism. You run to the danger while others run from it. You put yourself in harm's way so people you often don't even know don't have to. And when a life hangs in the balance, it is your actions that determine whether someone lives or dies. At the end of the day, what can be more meaningful than that? And let me add that our firefighter and paramedics do much more than fight fires and attend to medical emergencies. They are critical when a hurricane threatens the city of Miami. They are critical when a city has only 72 hours to execute an orderly evacuation, as was seen during Hurricane Irma. They are critical after the storm, when people have to pick up the pieces of their lives and businesses and clear the wreckage that's left behind. And we have seen them travel across the globe in our search and rescue capacity, assisting New York's fire department during 9/11, Puerto Rico during Hurricane Maria, and Haiti after the tragic earthquake. As mayor of Miami, I can tell you, firefighters and paramedics are and will continue to be part of our team as a city. Your decision to risk your lives for a higher purpose speaks to the character of each and every one of you. And while the physical and mental demands of being a firefighter may sometimes be overwhelming, your ability to react to adversity and danger with poise and compassion embodies the essence of every single firefighter. As mayor of Miami, I've had the pleasure of being able to participate in fire op drills in Boston and Miami Beach, and of course, in our fair city. These experiences have given me an even greater appreciation of what it takes to do the job. That is why, as mayor, I understand that the collective bargaining rights of our firefighters, enshrined in the Florida Constitution, must be respected and engaged in order to maintain the faith and morale of our employees. Thank you. Yet still, we see too many municipalities and governments around the United States slashing much-needed resources from fire departments. This often translates into shuttered stations, as well as less equipment, tools, and firefighters. At the City of Miami, we understand that this makes for a dangerous combination, because what's at stake here are lives. That is why I've worked hard to build relationships and trust with our fire department. And I am proud of what we've accomplished together. We've grown our department from 598 to 771.
All right.
As the president mentioned, we settled a union dispute that had a potential exposure of $700 million in the possibility of bankrupting our city. We did it while restoring all benefits to firefighters to pre-2010 levels. We were able to work together to settle this dispute that would have crippled our city in ways that was fair for both sides. The last thing we wanted to do was get wrapped up in litigation for years, as my predecessor had recommended when I took office. We brought forward legislation to fund our cancer prevention and awareness program for firefighters, and I did that as a commissioner before becoming mayor. We created high-quality physical exam programs and improved ventilation at firehouses to curb carcinogens and gases, as well as supporting the cancer presumption bill in the state of Florida. Of course, we supported the department by helping purchase much-needed resources like our state-of-the-art fireboat. To me, meeting these demands is not just a fiscal obligation, it's a moral one. If we as elected officials are not going to stand for our firefighters, then who will? Our firefighters deserve the very best, and as mayor, I am committed to continuing to serve as a proud advocate for all that they do to make our community safer every day. In Miami, we are building a team for the future. Building a team for the future also means leaving no one behind. One of our priorities in the city of Miami is hiring more of America's veterans and honoring their values and service. This is also why we understand and support funding for PTSD medical care for our firefighters and paramedics. Thank you. Aside from the fact that the PTSD syndrome represents the unseen wounds of service, I had the unfortunate circumstance as a commissioner before becoming mayor of seeing one of my very, very good friends who was a firefighter who had it all take his life because of the stress of the job in part. Because all of us are committed to the great mission of service, as the Lord commends us, for truly I tell you, there is no greater love than laying down your life for another. By the way, there's no greater love than getting on a plane at 5 o'clock in the morning to be here for my guys. Thank each and every one of you for laying down your lives for others. Thank you for your service, and thank you for this opportunity to address you today. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.